Welcome to Of Men, For Men. Here we'll discuss issues pertaining to the modern day man. Subjects like health, wealth, lifestyle, gear, and relationships. So join me as we dive into the world of men for men. Hello, and welcome to the Of Men, For Men podcast. I am your host, James Rodney Lemax. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on in. Kick back and relax. Grab yourself a coat. All right? Yeah. All right. How's them New Year's resolutions going? Hey. Woo. I got guitars with more sustain than your New Year's resolutions. You know what I'm saying? If you made any, stick with them. Tough it out. You know, you got to stay with it long enough for it to become a habit. I mean, it's about 30 days. You know, if you can stick with it for a month, you can make it a habit. It's being repetitive. You know, determination. You know, you can do it. Yeah. I wish all of you the best of luck. You know, if you made some kind of resolution for yourself, you know, to lose some weight, go to the gym, you know, whatever it may be. All right, gentlemen, we're gonna jump into this, and I've been debating on whether I should do this or not because I may lose some listeners over this, but that's okay. You guys know where I stand. I believe, you know, I've made it pretty clear. I want to talk about the day democracy almost died. Swear to God. You know, we just had that little anniversary. I'm gonna try and kind of dance around this because I don't want to get censored or pulled down. But like I said, I've been debating on whether I should talk about it all because I know you've heard it all, you know, from the news media. But you're getting spin anytime you're getting that, you know. I'm going to give you just my down-to-earth, regular guy, blue collar, you know, combat veteran, just average, everyday Joe take on this whole thing. Now, I didn't watch any of this stuff the other day when they got on TV and they were blowing and blowing and blowing and telling everybody how horrible it was. They compared this event and up to and include the president, the vice president, Nancy Pelosi, and all the way down. They all had to get on there and they all had something to say. And not a single one of them should have said shit. Other than how horrible it was. And it was. It was terrible. It should not have happened. There's not a single person with a rational brain in their head that hasn't condemned what happened that day. It shouldn't have happened. It was terrible. And all we did was give them fools fuel for the fire. Because now they never going to let that shit go. They ain't never going to let it go. And then they want to blame the former president as if he gave these people explicit instructions to go down there and do what they did. Hell, they was already down there before he even ended his speech on that day. You know? And he was telling the people to go down there. And everybody was pissed off because they knew that there was a lot of funky shit going on with the election. And they was upset about it. There was already people down there at the Capitol building before he even finished that speech. He didn't give anybody any explicit instructions to go down there and do that shit at all. None. He told him to exercise their right to protest, to peacefully protest. They said, oh, well, he said fight, or fight this and fight that. Yeah, it's a term that people use. You know, resist. They're not talking about physically fighting people. Again, use your brain when these people are talking on TV. I get heated. It burns me up that these people get on TV and lie through their teeth. They compared this thing to Pearl Harbor. 2,400 people lost their lives on December 7th, Pearl Harbor, 1941. They compared it to 9/11. I think it was around, I don't know the exact number, but approximately 3,000 people, plus or minus, lost their lives on that day. We were attacked. 9/11. They compared it to that. I even heard it by some talking head on CNN or some shit compared to the Holocaust. And I believe it was, 6 million Jews were exterminated, basically, during World War II. They were systematically exterminating a race, and they compared it to that shit. There was only one person lost their life that day. Her name was Ashley Babbitt. She was Air Force or Navy veteran? Slight woman. Petite woman. 110, 20 pounds maybe. Was shot point blank. I seen the footage. And the dude that shot her was twice her size. He could have easily handled her. And he sat there and waited for her. Had his gun drawn, had a bead on her, I mean, he was just waiting to shoot, And he said that he was scared for his life and trying to protect other people's lives. With what? She was unarmed. Unarmed. And then these people want to talk about police shootings and defund the police because they killing people. Hello? They didn't say anything on that day. Or a year later, they ain't said nothing. That was fine. That was fine. The only person that lost their life that day. They tried to say that the mob had killed one of the DC police, beat him with a fire extinguisher. Didn't happen. Now, there was a fella that died a day or two later of a stroke. And there's been a few since then that have committed suicide. I wonder why. I wonder why they did that. If you look at the footage, now there was some violence. There were breaking of windows and herking and jerking with the barriers and the police. But then you also see at the Capitol, they opened the doors wide open and let them in. Come on in. Kick back, relax. They want to call it a insurrection. Are you kidding me? If that was supposed to be some kind of coup, that was the worst one in the history of mankind. I didn't see anybody bring any weapons. Didn't see a single person with any weapons. You're going to have some kind of coup, you better be armed and dangerous. That was dumb shit. Should have never happened. It was just a mob that got loose. It was a riot. We can call it what it is. But now, didn't we have a BLM and Antifa burning shit down? The summer prior to that, was it 2 or 200 billion? Might have been $200 billion. I don't know. Please look that up. I should have done my research. But I know it was either 2 or 200 billion. It was 2 with a billion behind it of damage done by these a-holes burning shit down in quote, air quotations, peacefully protesting. Meanwhile, they burning the damn neighborhood down that they live in, burning black businesses, black-owned businesses, looting everything, killing civilians. How many people died during those riots? Oh, they were peacefully protesting. Oh, but not up on the Capitol, not on that day, not on the 6th. Oh no, that was an insurrection. People, if you don't laugh, you'll get mad. If you don't laugh, you'll get mad. You got to keep it in context. And that was one day. These sumbitches were burning shit down for months, and then they were raising money to get them out of jail. I think they rounded up just about everybody they could that was there that day on the 6th, and these people a year later are still in jail. And you know what? Not a single one of them was charged with insurrection. Nope. Nobody's been charged with insurrection. They love that word. It gives them a chubby. They love it. Gets them hard. Not a single one. They've been charged with trespassing and all kinds of other bullshit charges. And why are they still locked up a year later in solitary? And they all in solitary like they're, hardened criminals. That's what a political prisoner looks like, folks. This is where we're at today. This is some serious bullshit. They still got, everybody's entitled to a speedy trial. And you notice they gathered up all the footage and you ain't seen much of it since then. I mean, there's a lot of it still out there on the internet. But I mean, there's thousands of hours of this shit. And you'll never see any of it. Because it'll prove our point. It'll prove most people's point that it was bullshit. And of course, there's the theory thrown out there that there might have been instigators in the crowd. From some of these deep state agencies, that we fund. The ICA, the BFI. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt it. If you don't believe that these organizations ain't up to some nefarious shit, you need to wake up. I cannot. It just pissed me off when these people get up there. And then they acting, some of them that was, who was it, AOC? She was like 2 blocks down in a building 2 blocks away. And she acted like they was beating on her door. Like she's got post-traumatic syndrome from it. Are you kidding me? Are you out of your damn mind? Please. These people have no couth, no integrity. They'll do anything, say anything. To gain power and control. That's all they want. I mean, hell, 15 days to slow the curve, and here we are 2 years later, and they still fucking around. They still ain't got their shit straight. And that was old knucklehead, old Biden's big thing. Oh, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna fix it. I got a plan. He ain't got no goddamn plan. He said it the other day on TV. There is no government fix for this. It's up to the states. Well, no shit. That's what some of us have been saying the whole damn time. Government don't need to be getting involved. The federal government don't need to be getting involved in any of this shit. It goes state by state because every state's different. The population, the lay of the land, the density of the populations and where those populations are located, all different. You don't need the federal government. The worst things you can hear is I'm from the federal government and I'm here to help. You don't want to hear that shit because you know they're going to instantly fuck some shit up. These people right now don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. I just can't believe that they got on there and said all that. I mean, and of course, the news networks, that was, alphabet soup news networks. That's all they did. All day long. I didn't watch any of that bullshit. Like I said, I've seen some of the clips. There's no way I could sit through any of that shit and listen to it. My head would frickin' explode off my shoulders if I had to listen to all that nonsense. These people pretending to be affected by it, and they weren't even there. I wasn't there. It didn't affect me whatsoever. Oh, the day democracy almost died. Well, how was that? Even if they would have got it, if they would have been able to do anything at all, would democracy die? Number one, we don't live in a goddamn democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. These people need to get their fucking shit straight. Obviously, they have not read the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. We live in a constitutional republic. Not a democracy. But they love using that word. Democrats love it. Democracy, democracy, democracy. They want mob rule is what they want because they know they can control your ass. They keep you dumb, stupid. Keep you ignorant. You be like a mushroom. They'll keep you in the dark and feed you shit, and you'll be happy to take it. Wake up, people. Get your information. Don't take what I got to say. Get out there and look at your own information. That's why I don't watch, conservative news or this news or that news. I get it from all over the place. That way I know. I can compare notes and see who's saying what and why. What they're leaving out. I don't just sit there and watch one news source and say, oh, okay, all right. Hell no. But no, democracy did not almost die. Even if anything, nothing would have changed. I don't know. I don't understand. We had an election. All the results were in. They were going to go in there. I think they only held up the process by 2 or 3 hours. A few hours, and then everybody was right back into the chamber. They called it the hallowed chambers of democracy. Like they went in there and tainted it somehow. That place is a damn brothel. All those damn representatives in there, all those senators, they're bought and sold like cattle. The hallowed halls of democracy. Man, fucking please. Are you kidding me? But see, that's the bullshit they try to pull over your eyes. Lord have mercy. I don't know, people. I don't know. Gentlemen, we got a long road to hoe. We're going to make it. We're going to make it together. I'm sorry if some of y'all got offended, but I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm going to be honest about it. Now, like I said, I don't normally talk too much politics, but you guys know where I stand and how I feel about it. And from time to time, I do, drop the bomb on it, because you have to, because it affects you. If you're not getting out there and voting on local stuff from school boards and stuff like that, and who's the mayor of your town or whatever, if you're not getting involved in that, you're wrong. You should be involved in that. I'm not saying you should be, neck deep in all of it, and but you should know the issues, because those are the people that make decisions that directly affect you. Now, these people up here in Capitol Hill, they make decisions that affect everybody. And they're the worst of the worst. I appreciate your time, gentlemen. Go to the social media sites, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Gab, the Parler, the locals. Check out the webpage, podpage.com/ofmenformen, podpage.com/ofmenformen. I have been James Rodney Lee Max, and you, my friends, have been great. Yeah. This will be a weekly podcast. You can find it on the Anchor app and anywhere podcasts are available. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. I look forward to seeing you there.